The latest on the murder of Yale University grad student Annie Lay and the young man now charged with killing her. CBS News correspondent Randall Pinkston is in New Haven, Connecticut. Good morning, Randall.
Good morning, Maggie. Right now, 24-year-old Raymond Clark III is being held in a high-security Connecticut prison on $3 million bond. He appeared here in New Haven yesterday in court for arraignment. It's standard procedure that he not enter a guilty plea, and we're also told that he is not cooperating with authorities, invoking his Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination. One law enforcement source says police are looking into whether Lay's murder grew out of a dispute with Clark at the Yale research lab where they both worked. Clark, an animal research technician, is described by lab researchers as having a bad temper and had been known to explode at them. We know that investigators have been questioning a number of people, including other lab workers. At the lab where Clark worked, his brother-in-law and sister also worked. And we know that the university has rescinded their ability to enter this building. Maggie?
Randall Pinkston in New Haven, Connecticut. Thanks, Randall. CBS News legal analyst Lisa Bloom is in Los Angeles to talk more about this case. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning.
There appears to be such a strong physical case against Mr. Clark, and it seems like every day we're hearing of more evidence. Today, supposedly a text message requesting a meeting, blood evidence on his boots, a green pen, which he apparently always used, found at the scene, his swipe card showing that they were together for an hour. Is this enough to build a case? Because they still don't have that motive.
Absolutely. Prosecutors do not have to prove motive. It's not an element of murder or any homicide crime. Sure, they like to have it because a jury is always going to be curious as to what the motive is. But when there's a mountain of physical evidence, which sounds like what we're gathering here now, they certainly don't need to have motive. It could have simply been that this defendant flew into a rage over a workplace dispute. He could have been a jilted would-be lover. We may never know the actual reason if he is the killer, but when we have her DNA on his boots that have his name on it, when we have his green pen at the crime scene, when we have his DNA on her body and her clothing, that would be sufficient to convict him beyond a reasonable doubt.
Investigators have made it a point to say that this was a case of workplace violence, but it's not traditionally what we think of when we think of workplace violence.
It sure isn't, Maggie. I mean, workplace violence is ordinarily a disgruntled employee who's been fired, comes back with a gun and starts shooting, goes after a supervisor in particular. I mean, this is a very intimate kind of murder. This poor woman was strangled to death. That means that his hands would have had to have been on her neck for the 2 to 5 minutes it takes to kill somebody by strangulation. She would have been kicking, fighting, scratching, doing anything to try to save her life. There are reports, by the way, that he has scratch marks on his chest and on his arms. It sounds like a very intimate kind of killing, a male attacking a female. It sounds to me like a jilted would-be lover kind of a case. But you never know. In the annals of crime and justice, there are a lot of strange stories. It's possible this is really just over a workplace dispute.
And what about the reports this morning that he may have had help hiding the body? If, in fact, they tracked down a person who helped him, that person could be a big witness for the prosecution.
Absolutely, and that person is an accessory to murder if that person actually exists and somebody helped him hide the body. I mean, that is really appalling. That is surprising and unusual kind of information. Usually this is a soul killer kind of situation. Hard to fathom how somebody could help him hide the body of Annie Lay if, in fact, that's true.
This whole thing is hard to fathom, right?
It certainly is absolutely horrifying.
Lisa Bloom, thanks a lot for your time.
Thanks, Maggie.